Hello Scrufftards, welcome back to the War Zone. I'm Scruffy and this is Scruffy Tales. And gosh darn it, would you believe it? It appears as if Ukraine is well and truly on the offensive. So, where will we be taking a look? Well, we will be taking a look at this part of the front line. And it's up here at Terny where we once more see Ukraine pushing Russia back. And if you weren't aware, this is where we see a lot of Swedish equipment, CV90s, S-122s, and in support they have Archer artillery systems. So more than likely we are seeing Swedish vehicles helping out with these advances into Russian occupied territory, and we're seeing it all along this section of the front line outside of Terny, how Ukraine is slowly but surely pushing Russia back. And so here we have a 3D rendition from ISW. This map is from Deep State, and here we have where Ukraine is pushed in. And looking at the ISW map, it is this corner here where Ukraine has pushed Russia away. So that this windbreak here, more specifically, that Ukraine has managed to gain control of, and the slopes down here as well, where they have pushed Russia back further up the hill. And down here you have Terny and some small village, and this is that valley that Russia has tried to push into, but Ukraine, as you can see here, Ukraine has managed to get up on the fields, up on the high ground, and pushed Russia away, securing this valley. And I mean, as you can imagine, if Russia gains access to this valley, they have lots of cover to make use of as they're pushing in towards Terny and the villages and the river itself. So not unimportant, even if it's just a small windbreak, it's still pushing Russia back, securing this very important valley. And we've been seeing Russia falling back at a number of locations. Ukraine is on a roll. ISW has reported that Ukraine has managed to outflank up here, potentially having the high ground where they have an overwatch position on this entire length of the valley, making it difficult for Russia to move in, forcing them to rely on this valley. Which is also interesting, but because down here Russia has been forced back as well, according to Deep State. Ukraine has pushed up on the ridge here. This is a big ridge line between these two valleys, and Ukraine has pushed Russia back away from the crest of the ridge. And down here, ISW claims Ukraine has made a push into Russian territory or Russian occupied territory, forcing Russia away from this valley, like I just mentioned. And now Deep State has also, along with ISW, made it clear that Ukraine has made a pretty big push for, as far as this war is concerned, into Russian lines down here, grabbing and securing the windbreak here, forcing Russia away from this very important valley. So Ukraine, and oh yeah, that's right. I forgot his name. God damn it, a YouTuber. Brain fart. Anyway, he claims that Ukraine actually made a pretty daring push into this valley, into the forest systems here, but we haven't seen that represented on any maps yet. But that was a couple of days ago, more than a week ago. So maybe that wasn't accurate. Maybe it was just more Ukraine making a push, and then Russia held the line in the end. But all things combined, we are clearly seeing that Ukraine is applying pressure to Russian positions here east of Terny, forcing Russia back ever so slowly. And yes, this is where we can find a lot of Swedish equipment. This is Terny. Here are the valleys we were talking about. This is where Ukraine has been pushing up and forcing Russia to fall back. as of late down here. And this icon here on the Ukraine control map, which this is the 21st Mechanized, where we see a lot of CV90s and most of, if not all, the Swedish Leopard 2 versions, the STRV 122. And way down here at Lyman, we have the 45th Artillery Brigade with the Swedish archers. They started out with 8. They have lost 2, so they're down to 6. Hopefully those 2 were only damaged and can be repaired, maybe even replaced, who knows. But, and as you can see, the 21st, they're not alone. We have a lot of brigades and regiments here helping out with the defense of Terny. But the 21st, they're right smack in the middle of it with CV90s, with STRV 122s, supported by archers, and they are now joining in this combined effort in forcing Russia back away from Terny. Short and sweet, just taking a look at some of the advances Ukraine has made in the vicinity of Terny, where we have a lot of Swedish vehicles, CV90s and the Swedish tanks STRV 122s, helping out on the front line, forcing Russia to withdraw, pushing them back towards the Russian border inch by inch, and being supported and aided by archer artillery systems in the 45th Artillery Brigade. And this is what we want to see. This is what we're hoping for. Ukraine pushing Russia back, Russia losing ground, being forced to withdraw. And as a Swede, it warms my heart knowing that Swedish weapons are helping Ukraine winning this important battle. And as always, that's it. And go på marsch, Ukraine. Give them hell.